Hi and welcome. I'm Sarah from Yoga in the Sun. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to take you through a class today, primarily centered around the hamstrings. So the hamstrings are the muscle group that rest at the back of your thigh, often very tight and inflexible for many people. If you are into running, tennis, dancing, football, then this is a common problem for those sports people that do those activities. But also, if you do a lot of sitting, sedentary lifestyles, sitting at the chair at the office or home office all day, then you will get tightness if you're not regularly walking or regularly doing some form of exercise that is enabling the muscle groups to stretch. So yoga is the perfect practice for you. I guarantee this class will help you to loosen up those hamstrings. And if you do the stretches 2 to 3 times a week, you will see a significant change in the body for sure. Just a word of warning before we begin, always listen to your body. Yoga isn't about pain, so we're always looking to stretch, yes, but not painfully. So if you have any feeling of pain or discomfort, then you need to just take it slow and breathe, and perhaps, don't hold for so long and don't go too far too quickly. In addition, today we'll be working with a belt, a strap, or any kind of scarf that's reasonably long where you can hold your leg and your foot as we stretch out the leg. So try to find something before we begin to work with that for the class. And if you have any kind of cushions or yoga blocks, anything where you can raise the earth a little higher so you can place your hands, you'll see as we work through the class. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the class. Let's begin. So we're going to start on our back. So let's begin. My belt, so I'm going to come down, lying on my back. So really important when you lie on your spine that you're not overarching in the lumbar. Keep the lumbar spine nice and down. So you're really drawing the pelvis and tucking under through your pelvic floor. So I'm just going to bend through my left leg. My right leg I'm going to extend. So you can see my right foot here. I'm going to place my belt just at the ball of my foot, so just beneath the big toe line and on the ball here of the foot. So holding a strap, important to work with a strap that is reasonably long. So even if you have like a dressing gown and the strap on your dressing gown, that's usually quite long and usefully good for a yoga class. So let's just hold that position here. So if you do have particularly tight hamstrings, your leg is more likely to be here, okay? If you're feeling a little bit more confident and happier today with the leg, then you may be here. If you're obviously quite flexible, then you're going to be somewhere at a 90-degree angle or further over. But this class is really designed for people with tightness to the hamstrings, okay? So just relax your shoulders, relax your upper arm, elbow, relax your face, okay? Because we do tend to build tension in our jaw when we're holding something, okay? So just try to relax, say to yourself, smile, breathe, release, and just let go. So just hold your leg here, feel the earth supporting you. And if you can, work in ujjayi breath, so passing the air through the back of your throat, slight restriction there. You're filtering the air through the nose. So we're looking to hold this stretch at least 5 to 10 breaths if you can. Okay, so just stay there a little longer. Excellent. Super job. And then we'll slowly take a breath in to lower the leg to the floor. So use your core muscles here. Engage your core. Your lumbar is nicely attached to the earth. So as you breathe in, contract your belly and lower the leg to the floor. So you're pushing your heel away, you're flexing through the toes and relax. Very nice, good job. So let's change legs. So your left foot will come in, just switch sides. Right foot is now flat and your right knee is bending. So exactly the same position, but obviously, in yoga we're always conscious that the right and the left side of your body isn't always the same. So your leg may be higher up on the left, or it could be much lower. So just observe where you need to be. As long as your leg is straight, that's the most important thing, okay? Flex the toes and keep your heel tracking forward. So the heel of your foot tracking forward, and just hold and breathe. Nice deep breaths. It's the breath that will yield your body. That's the key of yoga. Through the practice, through the asanas, the postures, the breath is fundamental. So again, remember to relax your jaw, relax your face, smile. Just say thank you to your body for coming to the mat to practice. You know, we're very fortunate. Just have some gratitude to your body for bringing you here today to do a few minutes of practice. And although these stretches are quite long and you feel like perhaps you're not doing much, you are actually doing significantly a lot of internal movement through the back of the muscles here of that leg. So just be mindful to that. Just be kind to yourself. Fantastic. So 2 more here. And then we're going to release the leg, breathing in. Off you go. Nice deep abdominals engage, and just lower that leg. Fantastic. Super job. So we're going to bring both the feet to the belt. So I want you to come into what we call the cobbler. So my feet are touching, and the belt comes on the outer side of the pinky toe, yeah, the little toe side. Press your feet together. Feel that connection through the soles. Your belt, you're holding it evenly between the legs here. Again, remember this lumbar spine isn't arching, it's tilting the pelvis, and you're gently lengthening it down. If you've watched my lower back video, we've done pelvic tilts in that video, so you'll learn how to move the pelvis forward and back. And this is a good exercise to do. So nice flat lumbar, connect to the breath, and release the hips, release your inner thighs, and you can just gently butterfly. So we call this posture Supta Baddha Konasana, which is the reclined cobbler pose. Very nice. So let's just stay for another 2. Excellent job. And then you can slowly breathe in, bring your knees to center, release your belt. You can just roll out a little bit here, your lumbar spine, just massaging into that space there. And we'll roll over to the right side. So just take your belt to one side and just rolling over now. We're going to come into the cat stretch. So bring yourself to the floor. Hands as wide as the shoulders and beneath your shoulders, and knees below the hips, hip width apart. So this is your bread and butter of yoga, your cat-cow stretch. So let's come forward on that breath in. Nice extension through the spine. Again, keep your your belly, your abdomen nicely engaged through the practice. As you exhale, you're rounding, emptying the breath. Really contract the abdomen here. Good. Breathing in, come forward. Lots of length. Exhale, rounding. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to round. Good. Just do another 3 movements. Keep your breath, or rather your body, in time with the breath. Perfectly synchronized, so you're moving fully on that in-breath. Notice the pause after the in-breath. There's a still moment here. On the exhalation, rounding fully now. Emptying the breath. Hold if you can, just on that emptiness of the breath. And now breathing in forward. Good, so it's like a moving meditation. Close your eyes, chin inward. Working again in your ujjayi breath. So as much as possible in your postures, asana practice of yoga, we always work in ujjayi breathing. Good, so let's come back to a neutral spine. Neutral, flat tabletop. Good, so we're coming into the runner stretch. So just taking that left leg, you can walk a little bit up your mat here. Give yourself plenty of room to stretch out that leg. Back of the knees open here. Lots of length through that left side. So you can see my heel is drawing down toward the floor, toes tucking under. Good, just breathe, allow the breath to yield the stretch in the body. Good, so you want to hold here 5 to 10 breaths. Really nice stretch to work in. Just to access that hamstring. And as well as the calf, you know, the back of the knee, the calf, that Achilles tendon, the ankle is also having a nice stretch. Super job. So when you're ready, you're going to breathe in and bring that left foot forward, just step forward. So this is where you're going to need your cushions or your yoga blocks or any books that you have that you can just pop your hands onto. You just want to raise the earth a little higher to your body, because if you've got tight hamstrings, you're going to find this stretch quite challenging. You're going to be up here. So you'll need some height to support you to hold that posture. So hence why the yoga blocks or books or cushions are going to be really supportive here to hold that position. Again, 5 to 10 breaths here. Really working nice and deep with the breath. Ideally, your hands should be nicely flat on whatever support you're working with there, yeah? You don't really want to be lifting up like this with your fingertips. You won't have stability, so keep the palms of the hands nicely connected. Good. Holding there, another 2. Very nice. And now rolling across that front foot, sorry. Breathe in, just step it back. Good. So we're going to work into the right side now. So tuck under on those right toes, run a stretch. Hold there 5 to 10 breaths. Connect to the breath. Feel your body very earth to your mat to support you as you hold this position. If you do have any tightness or tension in your wrists, you can always roll up your mat, you know, just to pad up the hands. It's quite weight bearing on the wrist, but it's a very good strengthening exercise for your wrist joints. Yoga is very much about strengthening the joints, so that's also another benefit to the practice. So last 2 here. Super job. So you're going to step forward now, right foot. Let's come back into the straight leg now with a forward position. Flex those toes, heel is down. So you may find on the right leg you're a little bit more flexible. You may find that you can go a little forward further. You may not need so much height, or perhaps the complete opposite. You may be right up here. If that's the case, then you take it, you hold it, and you breathe through the stretch. You just take a little bit more height. So adapt accordingly. Yoga is about adapting. It's not about a perfect posture. It's about adapting these postures to suit your body. We're all at a different journey on the mat and off the mat. You know, yoga isn't just about doing fancy postures. It's a lot more than that. So really harnessing this opportunity to recognize that through your practice today. Good job. Another 2 here. Keep that flexion through your toes, and then you can gently release. I'm just going to place my blocks to one side. You don't need them anymore. Roll across that front right foot, step it back. So let's come into a rotation here. So widen up your knees, give yourself some space, and just take a nice rotation here. Okay, this is a really nice movement just to release that very held posture that we were just working in for the last 2. Just to bring some movement and some motion into our body and our spine, get the energies flowing. Super job. So from here we're going to come down to the floor just into a little puppy stretch. So just drop your hips. So we're going to move towards downward dog. So just bring your palms forward, spread your fingers, nice open fingers, forearms down, and just rest your head for a moment. Good, so just take a position of puppy stretch. My hips, you can see, are nice and low, sinking down into the belly. Again, connect to the earth, connect to the breath. So this can be your resting position at any time when you're working out on the floor. Really nice just to come into that puppy stretch. You know, you're grounding yourself, you're deepening the breath here, calming the mind, cooling off the body because you're doing a forward bend. So this is really calming and cooling. Excellent. So let's pick up now. We're going to come into down dog. So your knees nice and parallel hip width, toes tuck under. Hands back into that nice spread position. And let's pick up those hips. So we're just going to cycle out here. Just get some motion into the legs. So with each leg straightening, you're accessing those hamstrings again. Bend, straight. So just alternate between those two positions and really work on the core muscles here, really contracting in. You want your spine to remain extremely straight as you work into this pose. We're not looking for this, okay? No rounded spine. So we're just going to move now into a bent knee position. This will encourage, again, more length into your spine. If you have tight hamstrings, downward dog, like this, is really quite challenging because the hamstrings are just way too tight to accommodate length. So bend the knees, just take the pressure off the upper legs and encourage length to your spine. Super job. So we'll just do a couple more movements now. So we'll breathe in, just lift the heels. So the body comes forward slightly, and on the exhalation you're coming back. Good, so let's do 2 more. Good, so just lower down your knees for a moment, breathing in. So we're going to repeat that position again, so just coming up again. Bend the knees and stretch. Let go of your head. Nice deep breaths. Good, and just pedal out again. Just bring some movement back. Excellent job. So we just bring the knees back to the floor here. Exhale. So I'm just going to show you another posture to work in again to get those hammies working. So we're going to do what we call the gate pose. So you're going to step sideways with your left leg. Okay? There you are. So you can feel already when you straighten this leg how strong already the leg is having to kind of work. So just walk that foot to the edge of your mat. Good. So I'm just going to bring my right arm to the floor. And then I'm going to gently breathe in and raise my left arm all the way over. So you're also accessing a nice side stretch here. You can feel that side of my left side particularly having a nice deep stretch. Again, you can place the hand to the floor, or if you need a little bit more support, prop yourself up. No problem for that. But press that outer left heel, left toes into the floor as deep as you can. Good. Nice position. Very good. And now bring it back to centre on the breath in. Good, as you breathe out to the heart. Good, so we'll just take a little stretch to the left. Inhale to straight, exhale to the left. Inhale straight, exhale to the left. We'll do 2 more. Breathe in and out. Inhale, exhale. Very good. So just bring yourself back to centre. Just take a little moment to kneel and bring some symmetry back. Pop your block or your cushion to the left side now. And you'll repeat exactly. Right leg now steps sideways. So keep your leg parallel with your left knee, sorry. Good, so your left arm is coming to the floor, adjusting how it needs to be, accommodating, place that hand very firmly, and then breathing in now, take your arm up and over. Press through that right heel. Press through the right toes and extend. Good, lots of openness through that right side of your body. Good, hold for 5. Very nice, and when you're ready to bring it to center, inhaling slowly up, use your core muscles, exhale it down. So let's just do that little side bend to the right and feel that inner thigh stretch. Inhale it back, good. Exhale, side bend. Good. Inhale it back. Keep your foot very grounded on that right side. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, one more of those, exhaling. And inhale it back again. Good job, well done. So we're just going to come back to the floor. We're going to do the downward dog position again. So just swivel back to your mat, hands to the floor, pick up those hips and bend your knees again. Keep that spine long. 3 breaths. Very good. Now walking your feet to your hands, so we're coming into a standing forward bend. So this, for most hamstring people that have tight hammies, are going to be really perhaps struggling here. So this is where you bend your knees. It's not a competition who can touch their toes or reach the floor. So just bend your knees. We're just looking for comfort and ease. In yoga we talk about comfort and ease, stira and sukha. So these ideas are very much connected to no competition. You're not looking for the perfect posture. Yoga is not a performance, it is a practice, okay? So we're practicing here, we're getting the benefit from practicing by adapting and being open-minded to the body. Good, so we're going to make our exit from here slowly on the breath in, chin tucks to the chest. Use your core muscles here as you exit slowly, breathing in, slowly restacking your spine, and we're here to standing. Great job. So let's come to the floor, our feet parallel here. So classically, the mountain pose is taught with the feet together, but you know, everything can be adapted, and to create some more space and to create a sense of balance, we need to somehow have our feet a little bit apart, just to give the body a little bit more room. You know, not all of us have perfectly aligned bodies. It's through yoga that you will build better balance and better alignment in your body. So just take a moment here, close your eyes, connect and root to the earth. Just observe the breath. Great job. So just slowly now opening your eyes, bring the awareness back. So I'm just going to stand sideways. You can stay where you are. I'm going to stand sideways just so you can see what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to just tuck my right leg behind my left. Okay? So just cross the legs. Feet don't have to be parallel. Ideally they can be, but it's not a big deal. Just make sure the feet are nicely grounded. So you're breathing in here. As you begin to breathe out, you're sending the tailbone back and your chest forward to the earth. Forward, just halfway. You're not going fully down to meet your feet. You're staying at a half position. So nice deep breathing here. Keep the back of the neck long. Look ahead of you. And you'll feel a nice deep stretch coming down the right side of that hamstring. Nice deep breaths. So you can hold here 5 to 10. Keep it nice and long. Steady breaths. Excellent job. When you're ready to exit, press through the earth, breathing in, rising up. Good. Change the cross of your legs now, so your left foot now will be coming just behind your right. Same position. Breathing in, open your heart as you exhale to forward fold. Halfway. Sending the hips back, send the tailbone back. Good, lots of length through the back of your neck. Just adjust your position here. You don't want to extend or crunch into the neck or overbend either, so just keep it neutral. Just breathe. Softness in your face. Softness in the jaw. Smile. It's not to be taken so seriously, we're just doing yoga. Good job. So you can hold there for as long as you're comfortable, 5 to 10 breaths. This is your practice. So if you want to come up now, you can come up now and stay for another 2. Listen to the body, always listen to the body. Press through the earth now on the breath in, pick it up, fantastic. Super, so we'll just bring the feet back to parallel, and we're going to just work from here into a balance. So we call this balance the warrior balance. So stepping forward with your left foot, your right foot is back behind you. So you're going to bring your hands to your heart, okay? Just to the center of your heart. You're breathing in, so as you begin to breathe out, you're rolling across your right foot, lifting through your right leg, and gently forward bending, hinging from the hips. Just a half position. Keep the back of that right leg nicely active by drawing through the back of your heel, toes to under. Gather up the strength through that left leg, and keep your gaze forward again, just not crunching into the back of the neck. Good, and now breathe in, bring it back to center. Good, so you can repeat, breathe in, breathe out. You can work dynamically. You don't have to hold it for so long if you're new to the posture. You can breathe in and bring it back. So we'll do it once more. Inhale. Exhale. This time we'll take the arms forward, breathing in. Hold your position. Good. And inhale back. Good. So let's repeat on the other leg. So this time your right foot is forward, left foot is back. Breathing in as you breathe out. Forward, forward, send the back leg, left side now. Good. Inhaling, exhaling. Bring it back on the in-breath. Use the core muscles. Inhale, exhale. Keep your balance focused by looking down to the floor and to center again. Last movement, inhale, exhale. Good, this time bring the arms if you can. Reach through the back of that left leg, really active. And now inhale back. So that standing leg is having to work very hard here to work and hold your balance. So hence why it's a fantastic posture to do for your hamstrings. So let's work now into our final 2 postures, which are going to be, again, stretching out hamstrings. So we're going to move into the posture of Trikonasana, the triangle. So I'm going to turn my right foot at 90 degrees. My left foot stays parallel to the edge of my mat, and my arms are parallel to my shoulders. Breathing in, open your heart. As you begin to breathe out, move your right arm, right side of your body to the right side. All the way now, we're going to exhale, windmilling the arms down to that right leg. Okay, so this is a challenging posture for hamstrings because you're having to work with straight legs. So if that's the case, come a little higher up. You don't need to go all the way to your foot. Just adapt and consciously work, listening to the body. Well done. Good, well done. Hold there for another 2. Excellent. Pick up the arms now on the breath in, press through the earth, right up. So stepping back slightly with your left foot, we're coming into extended side stretch. So just bend into your front right knee, drop down into your right arm, and sending now the left arm all the way over, like we did earlier in the gate pose. We did exactly the same, but kneeling on the floor. Foot extended to the side there. So really press through that left heel, left foot, and feel this wonderful extension through your left side body. Good job. So we're going to lower now the left arm on the exhale and just bring it across the front or side of your right foot here. And you're just lowering into that forward bend. You can see my knee is bent. Pose of the pyramid. Just take a little rest here. So we've got a soft bent knee just to give some relief to the hamstrings. Not over pressuring or pushing or pulling. Excellent. So when you're ready, you're going to pick up your arms on the breath in, press through the earth through your feet, and use your core. So let's go. Breathe in. Pick it up. That's it. Exhaling. Turn your foot forward on the right now. Exhale your arms. And we'll repeat everything now onto the left side. Trikonasana. So turning the left foot 90 degrees. Off you go. Arms extended. Breathing in. As you breathe out, reach to the left. Now side bend all the way down. Windmill the arms. Keep your body upright. Really important not to hang forward with your chest. It's not a forward bend. It's a side bend. And you're working your hammies here. Nice and deep. Internal thighs. Good. Well done. Softness. Smile. Super. So on the breath in now, we're going to pick it up. Slowly windmill the arms back. As you exhale, bend the front knee. We're not coming into warrior two today, we're coming into extended side stretch. Drop into your front arm and sweeping up over with the right arm now, extended side stretch. Turn the chest to look up. Super. Hold there, breathe. And then gradually breathing in. As you breathe out, you're rolling forward. Bring your right hand across either side of your foot now on that left foot side. And forward fold. Pose of the pyramid. Take it forward into a bend. Very nice. And now we'll just turn the left foot forward. And we'll come into a wide-legged forward bend. So just walk your feet a little closer, bend your knees, softness into the hammies now, and relax your head, relax your shoulders. You may be higher up, that's fine, no stress. Just take it soft and relax. Let go of your head, let go of the shoulders. Breathe. Good job. So we're going to walk the feet a little closer, hands above the knees, chin to the chest, breathing in now. Exit slowly on the inhale. Use your core, chin to chest. Really important to exit slowly from your forward fold, just to be mindful of the longer spine. Thank you. So we're going to come down to the floor. We're going to finish off our session today with a simple forward bend that's going to just activate for the last time the hammies. So we're working with the right leg nicely extended. You can see my left foot is tucking in to my inner right thigh. Now it could be that your leg on your left side is really high up. So if that's the case, give it a little bit of support, a little bit of love by tucking a cushion or a bolster or a rolled up mat or whatever you have under that knee, okay? You want plenty of support if that's the case. Keeping this right leg nicely extended, we're going to work into a forward bend. So you're turning and facing your leg here, okay? On the right side, hands coming either side of your leg, breathing in. On the breath out, you're hinging from the hips, softening, softening, softening. Okay. So the purpose here isn't to be doing this, okay, and really pulling the leg, pulling and harming. No, we're looking for softness. Flex your toes and just work gently. Listen to the body. You can stay here 5 to 10 breaths. Really contact that deep breathing. Very nice. So on the breath in, you're going to just gently walk your hands along the floor, engage the core muscles and bring it back to centre. Good job. Releasing from underneath your left leg. Bring your feet together, back into the cobbler. So we did this earlier lying on the back. So we're just butterflying here, just to release the legs. And just to release the body here. So you can bring the hands here if that's more comfortable. Okay, if your spine is really rounded, Then bring the hands higher up the legs. You don't need to have your hands around the feet, okay? So let's repeat on the other side now. Your left leg extended, right leg tucking in to your inner thigh on the left. Good. So keeping that leg nicely rolled up, so your foot isn't out to the left, it's vertical up to the sky, okay? Hands either side of your left leg, breathing in. As you begin to breathe out, forward fold, hinging from the hips. You may just be here today. That's fine. Hold, breathe deeply. Keep the back of that knee nicely drawing downward into the earth. Better to have a higher up position with a straighter spine than rounded shoulders. We're not looking for this. We're looking for length. Okay, so you can always tuck a pillow also under your sit bones if you need the support. Breathe. 5 to 10. Hinging forward. You may not be moving significantly, to get down to the leg. That's fine. But if you do these stretches regularly, you will see a shift of change for sure. Good. So we'll just stay for another 2. And then gradually to center, breathing in, walk your hands back to position and release. So we'll come back into our position of the cobbler, rock it out, and just butterfly now. So thank you everybody for joining me. I do hope you found the sequence helpful. I really hope it benefits you, and please feel free to give me any feedback, any questions. I'm always available to answer your questions. And thank you very much. Namaste. Have a great day. And enjoy. Yoga's about really enjoyment, so you shouldn't feel in any way like it's a burden to do a practice. It's been a joy to share this with you. So thank you very much, and see you again soon.